my webpage, which anyone is free to join. It's a closed web page from the. It's a closed Facebook group from the public. All you have to do is ask to be admitted, and then you come in. And because it's a closed group, so people can say what they want, and it's a safe environment. But you don't underestimate someone with lived experience, because they get it. They understand exactly what you've gone through, and it doesn't matter whether you're sad because your dog's died, or you're sad because you've lost your house in bankruptcy. If you've got depression, you've got depression. It doesn't discriminate.
No, it doesn't.
And there's people put, oh, well, yours is worse than mine. It's here. It's the same. If your mental health and your depression is the same as my depression. We both feel the same way, and it depletes you the same way. It doesn't discriminate from how much money you've got, from what car you drive, whether you've got a house or not a house. It's
No, it doesn't.
yeah, and you've got to, and I've got to say, I was let down when I went in. I didn't publicise it too much, but I had some friends who knew I was in hospital, and I thought had your back, and then they don't have your back. And whether I'm overlooking things or not, but when you say, I've got your back, call me anytime, day or night, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Mean it when you say it. Don't just have it as a throwaway line. And I haven't recently, because I've been too ill to do it and not in the right headspace. But I would cruise, look at posts on SA Brothers and things like that, and very often I would see a message put up there, and I would private message that person and say, hey, you all right? If you need a chat, I've got something here. So, even on these Facebook pages, look out for people. Read what they're saying. Don't just go, oh yeah, nice picture, keep scrolling. Oh, look, there's an advert for something, keep scrolling. Just stop and help a brother out or a sister out. Am I ranting? Am I ranting?
No, look, you've got a legitimate point there, mate. I mean, there's various reasons why people don't interact with people that have either got issues going on in their life or what. And, there's too many to mention. But I think one big thing, again, with mental health in particular, sometimes people are living their own lives. They can't see the signals. They can't see the clues, I guess, in which to ask those questions. And that is purely and simply education, getting it out there so people understand that, look, if you know somebody's struggling a little bit or a lot, ask the question,
But not just once, because this is the thing. We say, you all right? Yeah, I'm right. They're not going to sit down and go, well, actually, are you all right, Justin? Dude, are you all right? Do you want to talk? And it's amazing just how much, and even when I've had people come out and just tell me their story, it's, they've got it out there, problem shared is a problem halved.
In saying that though, Fish, and I know we're sort of doing the two sides of every story here, but there are people out there that just have got their own problems.
Yeah.
They're not concerned.
Yeah.
They're trying to get through their own life and sort their own shit out, essentially.
But even if there are...
So they might not be as interested as you think they might be.
Yeah. Well, I am.
Yeah.
And, I've got a lot of friends at the moment who are going through a lot of shit. And cancer's a big one. And there's just so much negativity in the world, and it's horrible. But we've just got to make our lives better by looking out for one another. These bloody things, even though we're using it as a platform to get out to you guys, it's So look, let's So we're looking at some of our comments page. I don't know whether you've got your comments page open on your phone.
No, I haven't, mate.
There.
No, I've got no PC over this.
So look, ask us some questions. If there's anything you want to ask, this is just going to be a show. Sometimes it'll be recorded because we can't do live. We're going to try and do it on a Tuesday night. We've got Easter coming up. People go away. So as a starter, this is just to say hi. And I want to reiterate that our views portrayed on this show are our own. They are our opinions and no one else's. We are not doctors. We are not healthcare professionals. We're just two blokes with lived experience. And that can go a long way. So if you are suffering at the moment or know someone that is in crisis, call the mental health crisis line on 131465. That's 131465, or call Lifeline. The number's there on our screen. It's a big step to call them. I have, yeah. Now,
Honestly, I haven't. And I've been through some of my own stuff over the last many years. But I've been very, very lucky as well over those years, where I've had friends that have looked in on me, that I've been able to speak to, and in that way, hey, I'm still here because of them.
yeah.
So, but in saying that, and I want to throw something in here at the moment, which I might be going off tangent, but don't underestimate going and seeing your GP either, and speaking to your GP. I, years ago, came out of a long relationship with kids, and it broke down, and I was just feeling as low as I've ever been. And I walked into my doctor, and a friend of mine had told me about antidepressants, and I sort of laughed him off and said, I've never had them, I don't need them, they're bullshit. And I walked into my doctor because I was at my final straw. I broke down in a mess of a puddle, I guess you'd call it. And he asked me, look, I can either get you counselling or I can try on some antidepressants. And I said, look, all right, I'll try the antidepressants. No word of a lie, within 2 days of starting those antidepressants, instead of me being up here and down here, all of a sudden I was sitting right in here.
A lot of people are reluctant to go on antidepressants.
And I've spoken to people since, and I'm not on them anymore. Look, I'll tell you straight up, I'm not on them anymore. I don't feel like I need them. But I tell you, that level feeling where nothing was too hard, nothing was too easy, was amazing. And for me personally, they were the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, I entertain for a living, and some people will laugh at the word entertain. But regardless of not, I get out there in crowds all the time, and my depression hit really big in 2017, and I went to my GP, and in fact my GP was on holiday, so I saw another doctor who I'd seen previously, and yeah, I actually he went got the other doctor, and so I had two doctors in.
Yeah, well, you're not special, mate. Okay.
No, but they do take it serious.
Yeah.
Two doctors came in, and I would have taken up about an hour of their time, and so we've got a waiting room full of sick people. But did
it help?
Well, they put me on antidepressants, and they really did help. And I
was amazed.
Yeah,
I wouldn't tell you what they were anyway, but I can't tell you.
Yeah.
I can't remember what they were, but
yeah.
Geez.
Well, my situation's changed, so
everything out.
Going into hospital and getting all my meds changed, I've had to wean off what I'm on, and I'm going, on some new ones, which, your circumstances change, and so your medication's got to change.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting back, holding on, and, waiting for all this to happen. And I've just noticed a comment my wife just sent me is Beyond Blue is another great organisation there. Now, my wife used Beyond Blue back in 2017, and they have a text message service, so you don't even need to ring them up. You can just text them. And she wasn't the one suffering. but she didn't know how to help me because she'd never suffered from depression at the time and had no idea. You know, the old questions come out. Well, you know, you were okay yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, why are you sad? You've got no reason to be sad. And like, she was telling me these comments, and I just said, your comments are not helping me. They're actually hurting me more. You're doing more damage. So I'd rather you just not talk to me.
Yeah.
Then you know, you do damage. And she did. Beyond Blue helped her out, helped her see, and helped her mentor me, sort of thing, you know. And so these organisations, and like I tell you, there's a million of them out there, and
There are, that's right.
just you know, Lifeline is just one of them. Beyond Blue, the mental health crisis line, triage line, they're all numbers that will help you, and you know, it's totally anonymous. No one needs to know. No one would, half the people. And I see a lot of people, half the people wouldn't even know I've been in hospital and in a mental health ward, or know that I've lost my shit. They know I've been going through stuff, but they wouldn't know, and it's okay.
And here's the thing, if you're worried about speaking to family or friends, speak to these people. Okay? You're not putting anything on them. Alright? You're not putting any pressure on them. That's what they're there for. They're there to listen. They're there to give advice. And that's, you know, that's might help you. All it takes is a phone call. You know?
Yep.
So
I'm listening to you. I'm just reading our comments. We've got a lot of comments, and we're going live, but there is a 30-second delay for you guys listening to us. So your comments are coming up, and we're probably a little bit behind on our comments. But so I'm just reading this. I will help, but I don't think. Yeah, absolutely. You know, these antidepressants aren't a magic pill.
No.
There's a lot of work, but
Look, some take longer to kick in as well. That's the other thing.
absolutely.
Too.
So
But
you know,
for me personally, they worked.
yeah,
So, you know, and all I'm trying to say is go out and speak to your doctor.
yeah. Now, for those of you that are joining us, it's just a way to get the word out to help us all look after each other. You know, look out for one another. If you want to, you know, we've all got a story to tell, and sometimes listening to other people's stories, you know, can help. You know, you don't have to ask a question, but listening might help you. So, you know, if you want us to try and get someone on, if someone's listening out there who reckons that, you know, you've got some words of wisdom and you want to come on, and you know, we can organise that, and yeah, it's.
Well, I mean, the big thing here was that we didn't want to just go on and talk crap and bag the public health system here in South Australia and so on and so forth, because they've done a hell of a lot of good for a lot of people. But what we do want to do is we want to get the idea of talking for people who wish to talk about mental health to come and either talk to us, talk to one of the professional lifelines or Beyond Blues or what have you if you're having some issues in your life. If you just want to have a chat about the mental health crisis, then heck, that's what we're here for as well.
Yeah, and I've I've got a lot of lived experience, and I have literally, there's about 4 or 5 people who I have actually walked off the ledge, you know, gotten back from the ledge. That they've rang me. They were going. They had a razor blade in their hands. They were about to, you know, go and end it all. And there's people who have helped. There's just by looking at a comment someone made a few years back. It didn't sit right with me, and no one was looking at this comment, and I'm thinking, that's not right. That's out of character for that guy. And called the ambulance, and I went round there as well to see whether, you know, he needed a shoulder, and he was in his bed. He'd OD'd, and we had to break into the house to get him. But you know, look for signs for people. You know, when I say I am genuinely